I'm with Professor Suliman from University of North Texas, and we'll talk about ICKM. I'm Wagner Casimiro, and this is the Espresso Tree. Dr. Suliman, when was the first conference? Could you tell me a little more from this history?
Okay, well, the first ICKM conference started in 2004 in Singapore, and the conference came about as a result of the need to bring researchers and practitioners together so they can exchange ideas and talk about KM. And since KM is people-focused, there was a need to have more research, and normally research informs practice. And therefore we need to bring people from academia as well as from the industry to talk together. So that was the main idea of the conference. And since then the conference moved on to different countries. So we have the second conference was in Charlotte, North Carolina, and then we went to London, and then we went to Vienna. We held the conference in Hong Kong, South Africa, Turkey, several times in the US and 2 times in Canada. And we're glad to be here in Brazil. We've never been to South America, and Brazil is one of the places that we want to come, and we're glad to be here.
Dr. Suliman, how a country like Brazil could get the best from KM?
That's a good question, and I think nowadays most countries are moving toward the knowledge-based economy, and as you know, there are several countries that have done very well with the knowledge-based economy, where their resources are the only resource they have is their people. So the key to moving toward the knowledge economy is for a country to invest in education, invest in people, in training, in higher education, and ultimately that will translate into research, innovation, products, and so on. So today, intellectual capital has become a big resource and a big opportunity for countries to generate wealth and improve living condition and so on. We're now in the knowledge society, where knowledge is a key factor in improving people's life. And KM came about for several reasons. There are several key drivers behind KM. One of them is the advances in technology. The second is the digital transformation. We now live in an environment where we have too much information, but as they say, we starve for knowledge. So knowledge discovery become very important nowadays. Another key important for organization to achieve organizational effectiveness and be able to protect their intellectual capital and protect their investment, and also companies using the internet and technology to attract talent and to create competitive advantage. And as a result, almost any country now can embark on the knowledge economy journey, and as I said, the key to that, KM is a people focused. In the last probably 40 years, we were focused on IT and technology, and we still, technology is important, it's going to continue to advance, but without the human resource, human capital, it is difficult to advance any knowledge economy or any country. So today the biggest companies are more knowledge-based companies, like Amazon, like Apple, like all these companies that the main competitive edge is innovation and knowledge and so on. So for countries to compete, you have to develop the infrastructure, and infrastructure in network, infrastructure in internet, have better internet connectivity, invest heavily in education, in research. Ultimately, those translate into innovation and a product. And that's a key to the knowledge economy. And I think now you cannot we live in a global society, we live in a global village, so you cannot avoid being part of the digital revolution. But the key to be not just a user of the technology, but also to be part of the innovation. So that's the key for a country like Brazil to move from user of the technology and the internet to innovator in this field and creating products and services that ultimately generate wealth and improve the life of people.
So it's a crucial factor to develop our country.
That's right. People, basically, your people is your best asset in another world. So if you invest in the people, things will accelerate from there. Because getting hold of the technology is not difficult. You have the money, you can get hold of technology. You can build hospital, but if you don't have doctors to run the hospital, then what's the point of having a nice building called hospital? So your doctors are the key difference in the services that are provided by so everything goes back to the investment in human capital, which is people. So I will repeat, your people is your best resource.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.